Welcome once again to another episode of Blacker Focus, episode 88, Fun with TTS. I am your host, Ed Horton. Alongside me tonight, one Mr. Sean Dorsey. Sean, how's it going, my friend?
Good, Ed. How you doing?
I'm really good. And of course, our producer extraordinaire, one Mr. Chris Sheriff. Chris, how's it going, my friend?
Good, thanks, Ed. Good.
All right, so tonight we didn't really have a huge agenda for the evening, so we decided we're going to break out this TTS thing we keep hearing a lot about. Maybe have some fun with it and play some games. So we've got an Aces High game. We're halfway in well, we just started and we're actually playing through, but we're going to sit down and kind of give some commentary on that game. So that's not all going to be on the YouTube videos. We're going to do our flight deck, and then if you want to stop there, that's probably a good point. And then we're going to move on to play some TTS for some fun. So let's kind of get into what we've been doing lately in gaming. And Sean, I'm going to kick it over to you. What have you been doing lately, friend?
Well, somehow I'm playing X-wing, so
It's a cool thing,
that's
isn't it?
it's a very interesting game. I'll tell you that. Trying to learn about stabilized S foils here, so
On
mm,
a B wing.
on a B
I,
wing. Yep.
I have to admit, like, so legitimately, I remember when people first started doing TTS for X Men, right around when COVID started. I remember seeing it and trying it and going, "Oh, people actually have to put put the movement dials, put the movement sticks down. You have to get everything all kind of followed." And I'm just going, "Well, I'm so used to Vassal that I can just push a couple of hotkeys and everything go through." But I admittedly, we're only a few rounds into this game, and I'm kind of liking it, to be honest. It's a lot,
Yeah.
it's a lot more intuitive than I thought it was going to be. I mean, there's still some like bumps and grinds as we're trying to figure out the interface, but that's an us thing, not necessarily TTS or the module that we're using for doing it. But overall, yeah, it's been fun so far.
Yeah. I like the interactivity with the squad builder, and so it actually makes things easier if you were playing just like regular X-wing. You know, You're just importing everything and then just assigning dials to ships and target locks to ships and things like that. And once you're kind of done with that, then I think it's pretty easy after that point. But yeah, no, it's interesting to play. I'm playing Neon Num, which is that Neon or Ten Num? Let's see, I'm
Yeah.
playing Ten Num,
And
Ten Num, um, and it's really fun actually to play a ship I haven't played in a long time to begin with, and in this format that we're playing, Ten Num actually works pretty well just because of his ability to double action into a stress, and then the stress, of course, is a positive thing for him for evades and for hits and things like that. So it's actually pretty cool. Beyond that, yeah, I haven't done much just because I'm still trying to get stuff organized in my house and things like that. So haven't had time to even really look at or think of much. I did buy the storage system for all of our terrain for 40K.
ooh,
So I spent a wee bit of bucks on that. But what I'm doing is I bought the VersaStack system from Craftsman, and it's on wheels and stuff. And then I bought foam core and this rigid cardboard, a glue gun, and what I'm going to do is just make the little boxes for the terrain pieces, for the larger terrain pieces, and then basically build them out and then put them in the VersaStack system, which is a very large toolbox on wheels, and then a smaller one stacks above it, and then I could stack a drawer system, which I have right now. It has X-wing stuff in it, but basically I can stack this stuff as high as I want. So um, kind of nice actually to have because I can put all of my stuff in it and not have to worry about the terrain and stuff. And it'll be nice because it's very portable. So if we go over to my son's and play, we'll be able to keep it over there. Or if we come over here and play, we'll be able to, just wheel it between the places, and it'll actually be pretty cool. So
it's pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. But beyond that, I haven't really played much. I just looking forward to tonight when Chris brought this up. I was a little hesitant just because it's tabletop simulator, and I've only played it used tabletop once for one game. And of course, if I get upset, I'll just hit this table flip button and just just get it over with. Then take it
But
all out at once.
it's right there in the
Um,
top menu too. Like it's like you're like, oh come on! If I just hit it right now, it'd be so funny. Yeah, and then it's gonna take like it took us like a half hour just to set everything up.
yeah. So yeah, this is actually really fun, and it's neat to already have a kill in the game with, of course, some assistance from Kylo Ren on that
Ah,
kill, but
Yeah,
you tried,
but yeah, yeah. So
I'm only out once. The game continues.
that's exactly it.
Yeah, so technically right now Sean's in the lead at 1-0.
yeah,
Yeah,
1-0.
Yep.
yeah. 1-0. And here's the thing: if I do, which I don't plan on it, just because of the ships I'm up against, but if I do win, I still stay undefeated against all podcast opponents.
Well,
So
I will claim that I'm the only person to do damage to all three of us so far. So
so far, so far,
I'm
yeah,
spreading the love between the three of us. A bit of self love in there as well.
that is correct. Yeah, Chris self loved himself on by not doing a straight maneuver and took more damage. So Chris is definitely in the lead on the damage side of things, but as they say, it's not about damage; it's about kills. So
Yeah.
other than that, I don't have much more than that.
Yeah, you've
Just
been kind of tied up and kind of busy. That totally makes sense.
yep, yep.
All right, Chris, how about yourself? What have you been up to lately?
It's been good to be honest. I've done a decent amount of looking after Evie because she's been ill. Oh no,
Yeah,
it's not good. That's right. Yeah, that's how
yeah,
words work.
yeah.
No, so
She
she
just
got she
got back
got
okay, right?
so she recovered from her cold, and then she had like 3 or 4 days before on Sunday last week she was just running a fever randomly. And it got up to like 39.5, so like over 102, I think, like 103.
Ooh.
Like, um, reacted to Tylenol and stuff, but like we monitored it and kept under control. Eventually, ended up taking it to urgent care, and then they did like urine tests and stuff. So she's got a urinary infection or something. So that's just been awkward. Went to get the antibiotics for prescription, and they were like, "This never happens because we have loads of this, but we've run out." So we had to mix up like a
What?
custom batch, which we gave me for one dose, which obviously tasted absolutely horrible. So she was like hating every second of it.
Yeah.
Um, but so finally on the like 100% correct antibiotic. Um, so hopefully she'll be feeling better. But just with all of that, I've been like a little bit run down. I don't. So if I come through with like runny eyes or scratching my nose, like yeah, but not too bad. It's just parenting 101. Crap happens. Deal with it.
Been doing
Um,
anything else?
yeah, I got some painting done. Painting stream's been going well. We did more orcs for October. I'm
You did.
I've started undercoating my Battlefleet Gothic orc fleet for painting stream tomorrow because that's what won the vote. So we'll be
That was a
painting.
pretty impressive sized fleet, I might add. That's a lot of ships. You must have
Uh,
had just around for a bit.
um, Forever. I don't know, a long time. I think it's Gorbag's Revenge. Um, 3 kill cruisers and one, whatever the other cruiser is, or maybe the other way around. There's 3 of one type and 1 of the other. Then a bunch of the escorts. So yeah, it's a pretty bulky fleet. I'm sure somewhere I've got the Aeronautica Imperialis Grot bombers, which I
Mm,
was gonna convert into like ordnance and stuff, or the fighters for Battlefleet Gothic, but I don't know whereabouts they are. They weren't in the same box, so that'll have to be a future project if I still have them somewhere.
For those
But
games I wish I had invested in whenever it was around. I always was super interested in playing it. Nobody in my local area wanted to, and then it was here and gone again a few years later.
so this was going to be one of the things that I was going to suggest we look at if we didn't enjoy TTS was like other games we can like do is like pick up and play stuff. But did you get Battlefleet Gothic Armada when we had our chat when they had the Steam sale? Was that one of the ones that you got?
Oh,
Because
now
it's
you're gonna
really good on.
you're
on
gonna call me out on it, and now I'm gonna have to go look. Let me go take a look at my library. And
but I'll keep going. But if you didn't pick it up, not necessarily for us to play, but for you to play single play or whatever, it's really good. It's pretty close to the. If you don't do any of the upgrading, it's really close to the core mechanics of like how the game works and the points cost for the ships and all of that. But like it gets a bit weird once you start doing the upgrades and stuff, but it's still a super cool game. It gives you that experience. So worth
what was
looking
it
at.
called again?
Battlefleet Gothic Armada.
Armada 2.
Either or. It's like I think two. Just I've got two, but I don't think I've played it. It adds like a new campaign and other races. I think, but like I've not missed having played it. That makes sense.
So it looks like I did not get it, but it's only like $15 on Steam right
Yeah, I'd pick it up. I would get it if you're interested in the game at all. It's super cool.
now. Oh, it's
And
already in my Steam. It's already in my Steam library. I already have it.
yeah, there we go. So we'll get that installed and we'll play a game of Battlefleet Gothic. Easy.
Hell yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah. So I was gonna one of the topics I was thinking about is like what we can um look at playing and stuff. One because I think we're basically done with Armada, not Armada, Martyr. So I think we're gonna grind through a campaign without you, Ed, because screw you, we want to finish.
Yeah, it's not that I don't want to. It's stuff like this ends up happening. So
Oh,
behind the
I
curtain,
know. We end up pushing things or like life happens and
yeah, behind the curtain, Ed got sick this week. It's okay. He didn't get COVID. It was a regular old run of the mill running, a little bit of a head cold kind of thing, right? A stuffy nose, and I was sneezing for a few days.
uh,
Which I said, all right, I know this is going to sound really bizarre. I know it's going to come off really bizarre, but it was kind of nice to remember what it was like to be sick and not be worried about dying from it, kind of thing. Like it was so whatever it was. My son got a brand new job, and he's working in the public, and he's doing his best. He's got his keeps his mask on when he's working, but he is interacting with the public more than he would normally be doing. So he picked up something there that then spread throughout the household. And then it just was a couple of days of everyone just getting a bit of a runny nose, bit of a sneeze, kind of that rundown feeling, and then it was gone. So
hmm,
it was a weird, really weird sensation when you get that little tickle on the back of your throat. You're like, I think I'm going to be sick tomorrow. You're like, but it's not COVID because I know it's not COVID because Gabe got himself tested because that's what we were worried about. He was getting sick. It's not COVID. It's just an ordinary cold. I haven't been sick in 2 years. So, like I said, I'm not trying to make it like as a huge, exciting thing, but it's kind of neat. But
yeah.
anyway, of course, it turned out to be on a Thursday, which is when we do our recording. And I was just like, I was run down that day. I would not have been a good host that day. So, I better in the show. I said, I'm not going to do that tonight. I went to bed.
Yeah. And like it's been fine. I've enjoyed Martyr. It's exactly what I said it was, just a Diablo hack and slash.
Absolutely is.
Yeah, it's
It's
cool.
great. It's really good.
I enjoyed playing with Greg and Alan and mixing it up and playing with different people. It's been fun. I mean, I will play through all the story and I'll probably try the Tech Priest because that's got a different early level missions and stuff.
How far into it are you guys? Like, I know you guys
Um,
are ahead of me on level, but I don't know
that's the
how
other
far ahead.
problem as well. A bunch of the stuff that I'm up to is like you've got to do it in single player anyway. So
Oh, really?
yeah, there's some missions like you get to control an Imperial Knight and you get to control a Baneblade. You've got to do
Ooh.
those in a Shadow Sword, sorry, not a Baneblade. You've got to play those in solo, so not a big deal. But yeah, I was thinking about what else we could do because I know Sean mentioned some of the Asmodee board games. I thought could be cool hangouts for us, but I
Yeah,
mean,
there's quite a few of them that you guys have talked about that I've never touched.
yeah,
Like anything in that Call of Cthulhu IP that they've got, I'd love to try.
yeah. And that was it. It was one of those like I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I suggested us doing like a modified Kris just makes up a version of Aces High, so that we actually did X-Wing. But
And that's what we ended up
just
doing.
just like hanging out, playing a game. But isn't like, if you play when we've been playing Martyr, it's an undefined time.
Yeah.
We start playing until we stop playing. But if you turn up to play a game, I'm just gonna pick one. But like if we turn up to play Catan together, it's like what, 45 to 75 minutes. It's got a defined beginning and end.
Hmm.
So I thought that might be a better approach playing games that are finite.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
But
I'm totally on
yeah,
board.
yeah. Then I've been playing some Alien RPG. It's been all
Mm,
right.
nobody's died yet.
DM's a bit of a
Well,
loser, but you know,
one person has died, but it wasn't any of the PCs have died. How's
I
that?
I didn't see it. I don't know what happened. Um,
Easily my favorite part of that entire module is that particular death. And if you've played in the Alien RPG and you've played Chariots of the God, you should know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, we are recording this, and at some point in time, Kris will get those out there for folks to see.
yeah,
Whenever he,
once it's finished, I'll edit the whole thing together so that I can. It's just one video rather than like a
ooh,
multi-part thing. Because there'll be a lot of stuff we can edit out.
yeah, like the
Yeah.
moments where Ed's like looking for 10 minutes to find that one thing that he couldn't find, and then
Ah, there's a bunch
and
of
I
decision making and like back and forth discussion that doesn't need to be in there, and like pausing like while we have solo chats which aren't getting recorded, kind of thing.
yeah, because there is some stuff that happens in the background of that game that isn't necessarily over the table conversation kind of thing.
Yeah. But no, it's been cool. It'd be interesting to see a couple of the other like modules or whatever. Um, I don't know, but yeah, I'm enjoying it.
So what so this kind of just wrote so what I had said before I started the module. You're far enough in, and spoiler alert, if you ever intend to play this module, I apologize if I'm going to spoil this piece for you. So you've got a warning. 3, 2, 1. So this is obviously more Prometheus than it is Alien. And I had made a comment to the gaming group that was considering making changes to the module, and I went to the Alien RPG Facebook group, said, I'm debating making some changes to this module. This is what I'm thinking about changing. What do you think? And the writer of the module, who works for Freely Games, responded to my post in Facebook and was like, "Well, there's a whole bunch of reasons why we went down this reason." He gave them all like so. You have these players who are going in expecting one thing, which is the aliens. Like they've seen those two movies, that's what they're expecting, and it's supposed to be like a subversion of expectations. Like, oh, we're going into this totally different thing.
Yeah,
So it's either going to work and it's going to be fun and enjoyable, everyone's going to like it, or people are going to be like, that didn't really like that. That's what I really didn't like that is what I'm worried about.
I don't think you'll
So
get that. I think just playing anything is good.
I agree, especially with the group of folks that we're playing with. I would agree. But if we do want to go down that route, there's two different ways we can go as far as something that's a little bit more up to expectations. There's the Destroyer of Worlds module, which I would love to run. That's a little bit of a bigger module. It's its own box set. Or I've got Colonial Marines sitting right back there. We could do campaign play. So that was one of Chad's complaints was like, well, if I'm gonna play a role playing game, like it seems kind of weird that I'm only playing like a character that once that character dies, like there's nothing memorable to me about that character. Like they're here, they're gone. I've played a part of role, and then it's kind of over. He likes that episodic, keep gaining experience, keep getting bigger and better kind of role playing games. And I'm like, well, then there's pain play. We can totally go down that route if we want to go that route. That route.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit weird in that I think it's a different experience. It's because you're not telling your story. you're participating in the group story,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I don't mind it being like self-contained. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I
Like
agree.
I don't I don't care about. I don't know. I think if you play this as a campaign, I think you're setting yourself up for failure as a player.
Yeah, and Greg and I had this exact same conversation. He's like,
Yeah,
it's a great game for a one-off because right around the time that you would start like characters start dying off, character that's one of the big things. Characters die off fairly regularly in this game. So you'd be either A, swapping in and out of new characters, or by the time your third character, your fourth character coming, you're just getting bored.
yeah.
Now I've got to do another. And I could totally see that. I could absolutely see that being a hindrance. That's why I genuinely do believe the one off, kind of get the ooey scary kind of thing going, and then move on to the next game kind of thing is probably the best right now that they have.
The way I would run a campaign for this is that it wouldn't really be a campaign. It would be a series of progressive stories taking part from different viewpoints. It would be a real pain to be a DM of. Is it because well, it's more stretching your legs for like creative writing kind of thing and trying to pull the
Mhm.
plot points together. But you'd have a break. You'd play like 6 weeks, and then I'd need 6 weeks to take what happened and then put that into a new story. But it would be new characters. But the
So
effects of that would roll on to, and it might be like
I,
20 years later kind of thing.
I was just gonna say it'd be like doing a movie and then the sequel and then the sequel to the sequel and
Yeah.
maybe having some things that come back to the original.
I mean, just because we've not done this for a while, Sean, I'd probably do it in the same way that we wrote the sequel trilogy for Star Wars. Just go in with no plan, write one story, see what happens, leave some mystery boxes lying around, and then go from
And
there.
and then
then
never
write it
open them.
then write a really good story and then follow it up with just complete
Well, I
mess.
mean, by the time a third campaign section comes along, I'd be bored anyway. Who gives a fuck? Just get it done.
Play some fan servers to the ones that actually enjoyed the older campaigns in the movies. Put some horses on the outside of the ship, and then you're good, right?
Exactly.
So oddly enough, it's interesting that you say that because technically, the module for Chariots of the Gods does have a direct sequel, which is the Destroyer of the Worlds. It's very similar in the fact that the events that happen in Chariots of the Gods are referenced in Destroyer of Worlds, and then the new module that's coming out from Free League sometime early next year, Heart of Darkness, is going to pick up where uh, Destroyer
Yeah,
of Worlds ended. So it's interesting that you say that because I'm like, well,
that's
technically,
right.
that's exactly
That's a way. The only way you can run a story-driven narrative that will get your players invested is that it doesn't matter if a character you made and enjoyed playing dies horribly because the effect that they had on the universe persists, and
yes.
it's not like I'm Fargrim, I'm Hargrim's third identical brother this week kind of thing.
the the fourth cousin. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, so it's exactly that. So there are new characters in Destroyer of Worlds that are not related to, not third cousins of the characters that are in
yeah.
Chariots of the God.
It's just its
But
own thing, but yeah, that's how I would do it. No,
and
it's been
which
good
is
fun.
exactly how they did it.
I mean, I didn't know that, but I'll
Now
just
you do.
I'll take that as a compliment to me. You
It
know,
is independently on your own. You came up with the exact same idea that the writing staff did for
yeah.
Freely.
And then what else have I done? I don't think I actually played much X-wing outside of. Oh no, I have. Obviously, I've been playing in the Crate TTS thing,
I was
but
gonna ask
yeah.
about that.
I mean, I'm running Darth Vader in a Defender, fifth brother, and seventh sister. So I'm not really playing X-wing. I'm just fucking dunking on people because it's stupid. But I
Your
mean,
Air Jordan that's
they
hung
let
out
me.
everything.
I mean, it's more like if you imagine playing NBA Jam, but you were always on fire.
That is a
It
great game. One of my favorites, by
it's
the way.
possible to lose, but the game does its best to help you.
I take it your team has been doing well.
The team we're 1-1 now as a team. I've won my 2 games. The first one was against a TIE Swarm. So I was like, well, I've got to pop Iden early because that's the only risky thing. If I bring Vader in, I need to know that I can kill whatever's in front of him to try and get him out again. So I popped Iden's charge in the first batch of shooting, but I think I lost a shield on Vader. Then I turned in with him and just did a one bank. So it's like, there's no way he's going to leave any of the outs open. Other than I could have turned out completely. But spoilers, folks. I didn't come around. I didn't come to play this game properly and like try and eke out a win. I came to roll Vader dice and get oh look 4 hits. So I just banked Vader in, and obviously the TIE Swarm just parked in front of me. I was like, yeah, fuck it, it's
Yeah,
fine. I
you'll be
don't
fine.
care. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna one shot one of your ships, absolutely wreck them all, and then just fly past with like 2 health left, and it'll be fine. That's not what happened. I did kill the ship that Vader shot at. Vader then just exploded through, I think it was like 7 or 8, just all hits, and then I just rolled no paint. So Vader just exploded. So I've got 7th sister and 5th brother going, oh, okay. Well, we've got work to do, but let's fucking go.
I guess we get to play the game today.
It was a really fun game. Ironically, the way the points broke down, I didn't spend my last point. I was like, I don't care. You can have the point. So going into the last 3 rounds of the game, I was losing by 1 point. So had I spent all of my points, I wouldn't have been losing by a point. It would have been a tie. But I managed to kill. I think it was Hellrunner. I can't remember. It was either Hellrunner or Iden was the ship running away. And it was an academy pilot, and it was a full academy and 1 ship on 1 health, and I had 2 hull and a shield left on my last Inquisitor. And it was just a case of trying to catch them before the turns ran out, kind of thing. But I got it and blew up, and it was fine. But that was a fun swarm game. And then I played into a Republic list, which was Shakti with stuff, stuff, patience. She's just there to let people carry her evades through, which is a stupendously good ability anyway. Yeah. So, like, the Jedi Knights turn up in the Aether sprites, and they've got a purple evade. So they evade on, like, the early turn. And then Shakti says, well, you can carry that evade into the next round when you've got your force back as well. So you can go, like, evade, or you can go focus, evade, and have a force on the engagement round. So it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yep.
There was a couple of mistakes my opponent made, and it eventually just snowballed. He couldn't get meaningful damage on all of my ships. So I'd give him one thing at range 3 of 2. The only time he ever got to shoot 2 ships at one target, it was at range 3, and they had all of the force and evades. So I was just making sure it was, you can shoot this one, but it's a terrible shot. Or you can split your fire on all of the targets, and like after trying to push damage through on force users with evades, which is what I was trying to do to him because he was playing Republic as well. But I had the angles where I was all focusing on one thing, and he was having to split. So yeah, but it just feels bad. I don't. Sorry, no, it feels really really good, but they shouldn't. They just shouldn't. They should change
And
points.
they dropped his points too.
Yeah, I mean it's.
So the
It was
question
pointed
becomes,
out. It was pointed out on the Discord that like Vader and 4 academies fits now.
yep.
And that's probably super fun to fly. But like this just feels the games haven't felt hard since I've started playing this list, and I'm not good at X-Wing. You know what I
So
mean?
that's
You know
I
what I
can
mean?
tell you so. So then the question for me then becomes, in your all true honesty, is Vader in the Defender the problem? Is he still just too strong?
I'm gonna say I think I would have preferred Vader and a Defender with normal Force, the sensor slot still there, and make it epic only.
Yeah.
Like, cost him at like 150 points, 200 points, whatever you want. Make him epic only, and just let him. I mean, even like give him a better ability, give him 4 Force. You know what I mean? Like go all out on him. I think that would have been better. It wouldn't have seen play. It would have been. Everyone would have been sad, but yeah, you know,
I'm
maybe.
just I'm just trying to think. So like we've had instances like this in X-Wing's past before, where we felt that we had a ship that was just too strong.
I don't know.
And
So, like
what
when
ends up
I
happening though is that the meta starts getting warped around that ship, and then we start seeing either points or we start seeing upgrades. I'm thinking first
yeah,
edition, of course. We start seeing upgrades that help eliminate that particular issue, and then we start down that
yeah,
path that first edition did,
I
where
don't think
oh,
AMG will do that. I think they'll tackle it differently, just with like we spoke about it last time, but like the swap changed in a way that it just feels different to how FFG did it. But I think there's a decent like when I was playing in with the 2 TIE heavies, and the TIE heavies have gone down in points as well. But
mhm,
when I was playing in with those, that felt hard. I had to work to get my wins with that list, or at least it felt that way. Since I played in with the Inquisitors, it's not felt like that at all. So I think it's a combination of 3 decent initiative Force users who are focus evading, 3 agility. Um, like I've deployed the exact same way. I've done the exact same openings in every game. You know, it's just rinse repeat. I like if I feel like I can trade Vader to get ahead of a damage race, then that's you know what I mean. There's so many easily identifiable win conditions with that list because if you're fighting to a 4 ship list, if you can kill 2 ships with Vader before he dies, you win
yeah,
because the Inquisitors won't die to 2 ships, and they will get half points on one of them, which should add up to more points than Vader is. And it's that stupid mathematical breakdown of how it game works. You know, I give you 115, I'm going to take 100, and then the Inquisitors can take the rest because you can't hurt them anymore.
yeah, because I've already eliminated all the primary threats to them.
Yeah. And that's how I kind of try to do it. Like against the TIE Swarm, Vader goes in and kills the ones who scare the Inquisitors. And then they don't have to worry about it anymore. So,
Yep.
yeah. Nah, I don't know. It's fine. But the real thing that I've done that I really enjoyed, that I hadn't done since before I went to the UK, was I got to play Necromunda again.
Ooh, that's right. You did mention this. You even posted pictures.
Yeah, I was somehow still in the top 4 for the gangs in our campaign. I think there's 9 of us playing. So to try and be arbitrator for a campaign because you have someone who runs it, and I, they said, okay, so the top 4 gangs have to have a gang moot, which is you have to deploy your leader of your gang within 6 inches of the center of the table,
Ooh.
and then once everyone's deployed their leader, you can deploy the rest of your gang, but you go one at a time, and you have to be 12 inches away from the leaders and 6 inches away from any other model. So like your gang ends up scattered around the entire table, and then they can't activate until they pass an intelligence check from hearing a gunshot or get shot or engaged in combat themselves. So all my Ogrins was walking around with a stupid intelligence, like Super flirt, like people literally stood next to them, shooting across each other, and like, "Oh, we're here to talk. Oh, we're having a meeting. Oh, yeah. But wait. So the Goliath leader shot at me and missed, and it was my turn. So I charged the Van Sar leader because the Escher leader scares me, and the Goliath leader, he could fuck my day up. The Van Sar leader's an absolute pussy in combat, so I kicked his ass. So literally, Chris's first turn was, well, you didn't shoot, so I don't even get to roll dice. I did. I charged, which gave me 8 attacks. I rolled eight hits. I rolled. No, I missed one hit, missed one wound, so it was 6. And then he passed a couple of saves, but all my attacks were 2 damage each. So he had to take 8 injury rolls. So I just
Sure, that went well.
yeah, just clubbed him about the face. Get out! You're not welcome here. Um, so his first turn was, yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I don't have any ready fighters. Thanks a lot. I'll sit back down. Um, but yeah, it's a really fun scenario. Like um, you kind of like, oh, if you don't shoot me, I won't shoot you, and we can gang up over there, do different things. But yeah, it worked out well. I got to kill 2 of the leaders, so my gang leader ended up with 15 XP from this one scenario. As a spoiler, he's got. I've played 6 games now. He's got like 32 XP. I got 15 of
Mm,
those for one scenario. So I just gave him an extra attack, and he's now movement 7.
there you go.
So yeah, he wrecks face. So now on the charge, you'll have 10 attacks, hitting on 2s, strep 6. Yeah,
That's kind of scary.
yeah, and it's only a 14-inch charge because I've got one of the tactics cards. If I ever get to pick, you can play a card called "The Quicker Than They Look," where instead of your charge range being your move plus D3, it's just double your move.
It makes
So
it
his
14.
charge range is a 14, then yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Good God.
As
But the stupid
small as
thing with him is he can't. If you shoot someone in Necromunda and hit them, they become pinned, so they automatically lie down, which means you've got to spend one action standing back up. If you're agile, you can take jump up, which, like Blood Bowl doesn't take your action, whatever.
Mhm.
If you've got Nerves of Steel, you can just shrug off being shot, but I can't take that skill either. So every time he gets shot, even if it's like a las bolt just plinking off his armor, he falls over. So then I've got to spend one of my actions standing up, so I can never charge. I get one. I get one charge which wrecks one person, and then the rest of the game is, do I ever get to stay stood up at the end? I have to be stood up in the end phase and win priority, and then he gets to
Oh,
go again. But it's good. That's the fun of
good,
the game.
good.
Yeah.
Anything
Um,
else?
no, that's me. I've done a decent amount of like I say, parenting, lots of being tired and run down. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I can
I can
understand.
feel my eyes are like verging on going. So if I disappear from the VOD for a minute while someone else is talking, it's because I'm going upstairs to get some more like medication.
On that note, I'll try to make mine fairly quick, to be honest. As Kris mentioned, we have already started the Alien RPG. I'm having a ton of fun with it. We've reached the point in the game where all of the cool, exciting stuff has happened. So the way that they write those scenarios, they're written like a movie would be written. It's going to be written in 3 acts. Act one is like the opening and introduction stuff. Act two is where a lot of the stuff happens, and then three is where the conclusion happens. We finished up Act one, and we're just starting into the beginnings of Act two. So that has been a ton of fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the next session goes in a couple of days, because there's all kinds of weird stuff that could possibly happen. Game wise, I haven't done a ton of gaming. As I said, I got sick last week, so I didn't actually go to the game store this past week. I went the week before. I had the dread. I've had this tendency of having. I don't know how this keeps happening. I was playing against Chad, my Necrons versus his Thousand Sons. We get to the end of the game. I'm cleaning everything up. Like we always have that. Like when you play any miniatures game, I know X-Wing it's probably easier because you're only having like 2 to 4, or maybe 5 or 6 ships that are on the table. With 40K, it's a lot more models. So I've got all my models kind of over in a pile on the side. I start putting stuff away. And I get to the end, and I'm like, I'm missing a Necron warrior. I have 19 Necron warriors here. Where's the 20th? It was just the 4 of us playing, and then 2 other people on the other side. We've already cleared all the tables. We've already moved all the terrain. We're looking under tables. I can't find it. This is the second Necron warrior that I've lost in the last 3 months, and I don't know how that happened. So my thought process is, well, it's in the box somewhere. Like it got stuck. Like I had wraiths on the board. Maybe it's kind of like stuck in there. It's kind of in the pile over there. But I pulled my whole case apart. I can't find it. I have no idea where this model went. So
When
what's
you
going to be,
buy another box and build and paint them, that's when you'll find it.
and that's what's going to frustrate me. So now what's going to have to happen is I've got Necron warriors back here that I haven't put together. My intent was to make those all Reapers. Now I've got to go build one of those to make it so that it can return that squad back to 20 full. And now I'm going to have an uneven number of warriors sitting in the back, which is really going to frustrate me.
You use the full box to be spur warriors.
Yeah, that's
That's
what's
what you
going to.
do, because then it will never happen again. But that's the price you've paid for it to never happen again.
Yep. It's frustrating to me because now where the hell does one warrior go? Like in the squad that it was, basically they sat on a back objective the entire game. So they had a cryptic with them, and they just sat on a bad objective. There was ruins in front of them, but the models never actually went into the ruin. So they're not even stuck into the terrain. So like I have no idea where the damn thing went.
Knocked it off the table and it had gone underneath, or got stood on, or kicked away, or something like that. Well, there's a bunch
It's
of scenarios, but yeah.
But this is like I said, this is the second time. So I lost one of my old school ones that had the blue rods
I
that
mean,
has never
that's a godsend, though. You want to do that. Because then
maybe
all that happens
maybe
there is it means you have to make all of your Emmy look good.
yeah no, I'm not disagreeing. That is a true statement. But so now it happens with the new ones, and I
Sounded more
really like it.
insulting than it was intended to be, if I'm being
No,
honest.
and if I'm gonna, but if I'm gonna be fair, like legitimately, those are so going back into my model painting history. The Necrons were the very first army that I ever painted, ever. I remember listening to old 40K radio, listening to Spencer and Phil talk about how they painted them, which was primer black, um, bolt gun metal, dry brush, and then another dry brush of I think it was mithril was the old color back then. Over top, done. Like no washes, no nothing. It was just all they were all dry brush. So when I look at those old warriors, and then I look at my new one, the paint the not only has the paint technology come quite a long way since then, but my painting skills have come quite a long way since then. So when I put those two models side by side, I'm disappointed in those old ones. And Kris and I already had this conversation. Like he basically just told me just retire them, just either sell them on eBay, get rid of them, like because you're never going to use them again now that you've got better looking models. And he's right. I never put those models on unless I have no other choice but to do it, and I had no other choice but to do it in that particular game. So maybe he's right with the older, but the new one, damn it, I liked the way that turned out. So I'm frustrated by that. I thought I would find it. Couldn't find it anywhere. Pulled every model out. Found out that I broke one of my Scorpec destroyers, which is really pisses me off because what must have happened is whenever I was putting it in the box, one of the arms popped off. So this is and I have the same problem. I have two TIE fighters. I'll pull this back into X-Wing. I have two TIE fighters that one of the wings is broken off. And no matter how many different ways I glue that model, I've even tried like super glue, gorilla glue, doesn't matter. Once it's broke, that wing is always going to come off. And I feel like the same thing's going to happen with the poor arm and the Scorpec Destroyer. No, but it's broke once, So now it's always going to break, and I'm always going to find that arm somewhere, which is so far. I don't know how I did it. I have a good GW case, put it in, put the models on top, close the lid. When I was going through and looking through, like legitimately went from the table into the case, had all its arms. What got home, looking to find this warrior, opened the case, arm broke off. We didn't have an accident. It didn't get flopped around or thrown around. It just snapped. I'm so frustrated. So I had a very frustrating hobby time. That's the worst. Like when you put all the time and the effort into painting models, you're really happy with the paint job, and then you pull it out of the case and it's broken. And you're like, the guys that carry, and this is, you will see this, I'm sure people do. The guy that carries his army around in a shoebox, okay, that's going to happen. You need to expect that that's going to happen. But I don't have a shoebox. I've got a good GW case that has good foam in it. I refilled it with battle foam, so it's not even that hard pink stuff, like the old hard stuff from the old cases that used to be there. It's good battle foam stuff. So I'm really disappointed. So yeah, Ed was really, really frustrated. So I've glued the arm back on and hopefully it sticks. My plan is that since I'm healthy and hopefully Gabe's healthy, we're gonna be going back to the game store on Tuesday. We're gonna bust back down to 1,500 points. We thought with as fast as we were completing 1,500 point games that bumping up to 2,000 points wasn't really going to be that big of a significant difference, and it absolutely is. 100% absolutely is. The last 3 games that we've played, I think I've gotten to turn 3 1. I've gotten 2 games where we only got to the tail end of turn 2 in the 3 hours that we're playing.
Yeah. And this is why I don't play 40k.
Yep. So we're busting back down to 1,500 points simply because
It
it's just
probably took the 4-player game of Necromunda where we had to set up all our models individually, and all of that stuff probably only took us 3 hours.
total
Yeah,
for 4 players.
yeah.
If we're talking 2 players.
Setting up, tearing down, all of that stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, so we're gonna
And
bust back.
like, oh no, I've got like 9 models I have to paint. Oh, that's in fact 3 too many for my army.
There is that. So what did happen though? So we got into the conversation about events that are happening, but long story short, a lot of the guys at the game store are really really getting into Crusade. So so like we're having cross table conversation about Crusade and about I'm not gonna lie, the rules are in the rule book and they're in the codices, and I always flip past those pages because I'm like, oh, I'm not interested in Crusade, not interested in Crusade. But since everyone at the store is playing it, there's a part of me like, well, maybe I should at least try it. Like maybe
I
I'm
think
missing
it's
out.
supposed to be really good. I think we spoke about this last time, or we've definitely talked. Maybe it was on Monday, but like Crusade's supposed to be the way to go. If you
Yeah,
want to play fun 40k, or even Age of Sigma, they've got the same thing. But like playing, uh, where your general evolves and gets better, and you get a bunch of upgrades, and like basically you keep going until they die or whatever. It's
yeah.
supposed to be
The
good.
way that the way that it got described to me is like, how in Blood Bowl you start off with a base 1,000 point or 1,000 gold or 1 million gold
Yeah.
piece, and you play against someone that's more advanced, you get all these bonuses. But as each game you keep getting all these progressions and things get better. That's basically what Crusade is, and I'm like, oh, I can get on board with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
So it one minor point that I walked out a little frustrated, maybe not frustrated, just a little flabbergasted. Is probably more the correct word. Someone once made a statement in the game store in the last couple of months we've been playing. This store we don't paint the armies. Like I remember people coming, you don't have to come in with a painted army, and there are a lot of Gray Horde armies that play there. Gabe and I and Chad and Logan are a little bit different. All of our armies are fully painted. Like so much so, like if I'm going to add a new unit to my army, I don't add it until it's painted. So like when I fought, fielded my Trigon, I had to paint it before I could field it, so I had to paint my Trigon. Just like my intent is to in November, I'm going to be painting my Flying Hive Tower because I want to add a Flying Hive Tower to my Tyranid army. I can't field it until it's painted. So I get that, and that's fine. I'm not dogging on them for that. I totally get it. Some people don't have the time, don't have the ability, don't whatever for whatever reasons they're not going to have fully painted army. Fine, I get that. It's not a tournament. It's a fun guys rolling dice kind of thing. So I genuinely don't care. But as they're explaining to me the Crusade rules, the last thing that comes out of someone's mouth is, "Well, we play WYSIWYG in this store," and I went, "Wait a minute." So I have to have my models fully WYSIWYG with all these weird upgrades. Like my Necron Lord now is an Overlord who had a Staff of Light and now has a War Scythe. That has to be WYSIWYG, but it doesn't have to be painted. It just has to be WYSIWYG. Some of these things don't even like that. Just like blew my mind. Like, well, if you're okay not having painted models, why aren't you okay not having WYSIWYG models?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, people.
Well, whatever. Standards are standards. I'll live up to it. That's fine. I don't know. I don't like I said. It's usually the characters that seem to have the stuff like your stock standard warriors.
Yeah, because to be honest, it like I would be surprised if by WYSIWYG it's like you can't take a big mech and then suddenly he has a shock attack gun. You've got to have the one with a shock attack gun. A staff's a staff's a staff. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. Well, and like even like the official Games Workshop models that can come out, like with the except like the one that came in the Indominus box that actually is the only one that I've ever seen with the Tachyon arrow actually looks like, because no model in the it's in sixth edition, since that sixth edition or late fifth, early sixth Codex came out. The Tachyon arrow has been an upgrade that any Lord can take. Never ever seen it in any bit anywhere ever until Indominus came out, and then they had one on there. But he's not armed with a war scythe. He's armed with a I forget what his weapon is. So what am I
Yeah.
supposed to do? Snap his arm off, and like so like I'm already starting to like wrap my head around how I'm gonna do that if I decide to put a tachyon arrow, because how do I get that arm otherwise? Although
You know,
arguably the Overlord from the Indominus box, it's really easy to find.
yeah, you
That's
won't
it.
have problems there.
Yeah, that's it. That's my gaming experience. We're gonna move on to some TTS, I assume.
Yeah, so obviously we can do this while we're playing, kind of thing. But I just wanted to do like
All the closing stuff
10,
in case.
10, well, 10, 15 minutes of like our thoughts on just TTS and hanging out, and I'll go through the game mode we're playing as well. So it'll be a little bit of a broken up. In fact, maybe I should describe that first, so it's not broken up pivot, because obviously we made it up on the fly.
Totally on the fly.
Yeah. So what we are doing is a 3x3 map. Same as normal. You bring 3 obstacles. I think if it went to 4 players, you'd probably drop it to 2 obstacles each.
I would think, yeah.
Um,
Because there's a lot of obstacles on the table.
yeah. 65 points to spend on any single ship, just so that Ed can't have a defender. That was literally my only thinking.
Yep.
And then you roll for priority amongst everyone, just 3 dice, most crits, most hits, most focuses, kind of thing. And then whoever wins that roll gets first player. They place 1 obstacle, you go around clockwise. Then they place a hyperspace marker, which is the 3-pointed component in the core set for deployment.
Never seen it used until today, I'll freely admit.
Yeah, so they place one of those anywhere on the table. No range restrictions on that. Oh yeah, so setting up the rocks, we've pushed it out to range 1 of the table edge and range 1 from each other, just
Yeah,
to
you
get
had
me.
kind of had to.
Yeah. And then once all of those are deployed, the first player picks any one of them and then rolls a dice to deploy on it, because there's a blank, focus, and a hit result, and then if you roll a crit, you get to pick. And then the next player picks an unoccupied one, so on and so forth. And then we ignore the initiative value on the pilots. It goes clockwise with whoever's got the first player token being first. So, and then it just rotates around each turn. So
Don't forget, whenever you die, you just come back on the new spawn point.
yeah, there's no pilot initiatives involved. Everyone engages at the same initiative step. So if you have a shot, you can't not, you don't get it denied to you, kind of thing. And then the round after you die, you come back on. So in the end phase, you come back off, and then before the planning phase, you pick a hyperspace marker, roll for where you come on, and then everyone sets dials with that knowledge, and then you just keep playing until you're bored. I think the only way you track winner is the person who gets the most kill shots. Like, you could do damage and stuff like that, but it kind of skews in favor of the person who's not flying the agility one ships. So,
Mm-hmm.
but sneaking in kill shots is fun,
Do we ever
as
talk
Sean
about what
found out.
pilots we took? Because I know
Um,
Ron mentioned that you had taken 10 num, but I don't know that we got a full build on the 65.
well, I took Kylo Ren in the TIE Whisper with Brilliant Evasion because it's 65 points and fits. I've not flown that ship yet, so I wanted to give it a try.
And for some reason, I got an itch to fly an Alpha class Star Wing, so I'm running Major Vidir, running with marksmanship, fire control systems, advanced proton torpedoes, homing missiles, advanced slam, the arsenal loadouts, ion torpedoes, and ion missiles. Just because I want to have all the toys,
Yeah.
and I still
Yep.
have three. I still have 3 points to go.
Yeah.
I'm flying 10 num with Predator, Heavy Laser, Collision Detector, and Shield Upgrade. And then, of course, the stabilized S.
Yeah. The important thing for Sean is that his collision detector charges come back when you redeploy, because all your charges just recharge. So you
Mm-hmm.
don't get punished for taking ordnance carriers. So he's just like parked on rocks to try and shoot me. I'm down to 1
I
health because I had
slice.
to do like take damage to not get shot. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah, and that was the whole point of Collision Detector, was just if I had it to do again, I probably would change it to advanced sensors,
Hmm.
just to have the ability to get away from rocks a little bit if I had to. But with what we're doing with the amount of rocks on the field, Collision Detector.
Yeah. Well, I'm set and Sean's set, so we'll just wait for Ed.
Oh, we're
But
getting into it.
yeah, I mean,
All
I
right.
thought we keep playing this week because I think just chatting about how the game feels and stuff. Because
Ed, Ed, you just undid again.
Damn it! Why do I keep doing that?
because you keep clicking move, drag your dial from the top, man.
Yeah, always grab from the top.
Sorry.
Or make it bigger. In fact, there we go. I'm going to make it bigger for him. There you go. We're going to have Chad
There
dials
we
for Ed.
go.
Oh, not finished yet. There you go. That's how big your dial has to be from now on.
All right, sounds good.
All right, and Ed, you are also first this round.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. I do have the first player turn.
So obviously, I said I've been playing on the crate event, which is TTS, and it's been fine. But the only reason I enjoy it is because it's 1 game a week. I still don't have any inclination to play an actual like traditional tournament on the computer. Because I don't want to do that at all. But
Everybody
this is,
set?
yeah,
Yep.
but this is fun. I really enjoy this game, especially. I'm actually enjoying just like us hanging out, throwing a ship down, and because it doesn't matter about the accuracies and stuff like that. So if something gets knocked or whatever, as you get used to TTS physics, so yeah, I'd be up for doing this more often and like doing like Aces High games in the Discord or whatever at some point.
I agree. So I'm going to do my 2 bank, slam into my 2 turn.
Yeah, you're gonna move your target lock, or you're gonna do a different action for your advanced slam. So remember, you get weapon disabled, not a stress for you, son. Or a disarm token, sorry.
I think I am going to move that target lock. Sorry, Sean. On to
All good.
Sean.
Yeah, so that
It's all
that
good.
does give you a stress.
Yes, I do have my.
Yeah. So that becomes me. Yeah.
Damn it! I debated doing the bank.
Well, I would have boosted out, so.
Yeah.
Oh no, if it the bank, yeah, you would have got me if you'd have done the bank.
Yeah, if I'd have done the bank, I'd have had you in that corner.
I could probably save Sean here, but then he'll just kill me. Yeah, I'll just make it really, really terrible audio for people. I'm gonna take an evade again. Oh no, I can't. I can rotate. Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's me, Sean. Yeah, good. But yeah, I've really enjoyed just hanging out. Spicy.
Yep. Yep.
Like just doing this kind of stuff where none of it matters. You know, there's no real
Oh
hassles
yeah,
for
no.
anything.
This is just pure fun.
Yeah.
All right, Ed. You're shooting tech.
All right, so let's
If
get.
you right click on the ship, you'll get your firing arc. Right click, yeah. So no
Nothing.
valid targets.
Yes.
Nothing. Nice
Yeah.
job.
Kris, you're up.
Yeah, I don't have anything either. And then primary, yeah, look at that, nothing. Sean, however, has
It's
range
Sean.
one shots at Ed for the second kill shot of the game. Oh no,
Whoa,
because
I haven't committed.
Ed's only just come back. That's right. I'm the one with one hull.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just came back. I'm still kicking here.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not looking forward to eating this, but
one health, Kylo. So if you want to
oh
re-roll a blank, Sean, you just pull that one out and then hit R on it.
Yep. Well, no, I don't re-roll because
You've
of
got
the.
stress, don't you? Is that not 10 num? He gets to re-roll if he's stressed.
No. 10 num flips.
Oh yeah, you can spend it and you didn't roll focus. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm thinking of Braylon, aren't I? Yeah.
Yeah, the Predator. If I would have gotten him in the
Yeah.
bullseye, then Predator. But I'll take
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
3 more paint. That's
we'll
pretty good.
take 3. Yeah.
of course, double blanks.
So I think we've always said that TTS like looks better than Vassal,
Yes, yes, I
Yes.
100% agree with this.
and I
So you should have lost all 3 shields, right?
Oh yeah, I thought I flipped the other one.
well,
Shields down again.
All right.
so I get a force back and become first player.
Yep.
Uh,
But yeah, I think TTS is fun for this kind of thing where it's a bunch of people, but I definitely wouldn't do this as my primary way of practicing the game. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Maybe
Well,
I don't know. Maybe that's me being harsh. So I'm sure there's a bunch of people now. Now that it's become more prevalent, you know what I mean. More people are playing on TTS, so it's easier to find opponents. And there's more events going on that aren't like Gold Squadron sit at the computer for 8 hours for a weekend kind of thing. So maybe. But what do you think about like how easy have you found it for like this is half an hour into switching on the X-Wing module?
I, I don't find it that difficult at all, to be honest. Like I said, I don't know if this was in pregame, postgame, or if we even said anything like during the show. But I remember whenever it first came out, you actually had to get the movement templates out and actually move ships along the way. And I thought that was very cumbersome in comparison to Vassal, which we're used to doing. But now that there's an automated way for moving, like what we haven't seen yet is a bump, and that's really what I'm kind of curious to see what happens there. I suspect that might be coming at some point in time here soon.
Here you go, Sean. I'm going to help you out here if I can. I'm going to evade and try and link that. I don't think I have in the one. That'll be shit. So I'm going to have to jam you, Sean. So I'll just get rid of the lock on me. Yeah.
Oh,
My go.
Yeah.
yep.
That removes that. I am going to focus. Then gotta remember, how do I do the?
It's on the dial. The arrow on the dial for reposition.
That's it.
And then you want the other side because it goes the top of the dial as if it was facing the front of your
Yep.
ship. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Barrel rolling around obstacles.
This is really tight. We're basically in the one corner of the board.
Yeah. They're just all, hanging out range one of each other.
Should be fun. Sean, you good?
yep, I'm good.
I'm being an absolute child taking evades all the time, trying to not die because I have one hole on a whisper.
Hmm. Well,
I will like, and I haven't noticed it before because obviously I've only been playing Vader in the Defender. But like when we were showing Sean about the S files token, how it like closes the files on the ship and stuff, it's really cool.
That's pretty cool.
And like,
mm-hmm.
depending what pilot you pick, the paint jobs are different on the ships as well. So like, someone's put a lot of work into this.
Yeah, they have.
Well, I'm going to take the focus action.
That went away as well, Ed, so you're not disarmed anymore.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot. Thank you.
All right, Kris.
Well, I wonder, do I have anyone in my bullseye arc?
A
Range
one shot.
2 in bullseye. Or I could take a range 1 at 10 num. So it's 3 dice either way. I can't kill either of them. But if I shoot at 10 num, I set Ed up for a kill shot, so I don't want to do that.
Why wouldn't you want to do that?
So I will shoot at Ed.
Starting to feel a little unloved here. Just
Spend
of course,
a
force. Why not?
Well, you're going to enjoy this if it works. Because you're in my bullseye arc, so I might get to use Kylo's ability on you. Oh, is he going to spend his focus to cancel 2 damage? Or is he going to take it? Remember, I can't initiative kill you.
I know, but I've got no choice. I've got to still stick around.
What you do, that's what I mean. You get to fire even if I kill you. And you've got 4 hull left. I've only done 3 damage.
Yeah, but you have an extra ability that's going to do more damage, though.
It'll do. They'll be dealt face up. All 3 of them will be crits.
Right. So I am going to spend my focus.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm still going to spend it and make you take a crit instead.
Okay. So now I got to go to the table. We're going to flip that.
That panicked. Hull breach. Oh, yeah. All hits are crits.
All hits are crits moving forward. How do you...
So you grab the token,
the
crit token, and then you drop it onto the crit, and it changes to tell you what it is.
Perfect. So we'll put that there. Next.
You're up, Ed. I don't have a shot.
Advanced proton torpedo.
I mean, Vinda, this is going to be Vinda's one job, isn't it? He's going to come in, advanced proton, so you might as well spend the lockhead.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, but he's gonna come in, fire his advanced proton, die again. Then next round, come in.
I don't feel like that dice rolled. I feel like it
It
just
didn't.
like
You've got
dropped.
to. I told you, push R. Stop trying to shake
There we
it.
go. Yay! All right, so because you're in, are you in my bullseye? That's the question.
You have
You,
to.
so,
Nope,
Nope.
I am
Okay,
not.
so I don't get the marksman on you. I do get to change one of these to a crit due to advanced proton torpedoes. So you
yeah.
have 3 hits and 2 crits, and I
Okay.
need to flip that.
Okay.
Where Sean wants a focus result so he can spend his stress.
Ah, darn it.
Okay,
Okay.
so
So I am
that
going to
is
lose. So shield flip, shield flip, shield flip, and
and then
then I take 1, 2.
and these are both crits. So
Yep.
you hover over them and just push
Yep.
F.
I'm just
Yeah,
right clicking on them.
Correct hit and structural damage.
the structural
Okay.
damage.
When you roll a defense dice, hold on.
When you
Oh, when you,
defend, roll 1 fewer attack defense die. So he's now agility 0.
Yep. And then I direct hit,
Yeah,
suffer 1
an additional
damage.
damage.
Yep.
Flip
I'll
that.
grab it.
I'll flip your direct back down.
All right.
There you go.
This is actually a pretty easy
it
UI to
is.
deal with,
Yeah.
truthfully. All right.
And I'm sure there's a bunch of games where it doesn't work as easily or something. But
Probably not. Yeah.
yeah, X-Wing seems fine. The only thing I've run into um, was I don't think HMPs can side slip yet, so you've got to do that manually.
Gotcha.
But everything else seems pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. Like, but
So I'm
yeah,
moving last time, correct?
no, I'm moving last there
Yeah.
because
I'm
Sean's
first.
first player. You're second, then me.
Gotcha.
I think, like, being truthful, the not wanting to sit and play a tournament thing might not actually be exclusive to TTS anymore either. I don't know that I'd want to spend, the time it, you know what I mean? Like the seven,
Mm-hmm.
8, a 3 round event. I like. I can do 3 games in a day, but once you get to 5 and 6 games in a day, I don't think I want to do that anymore. So I
Well,
don't know.
if you did 8-player tournaments with 3 rounds and basically make it a kind of an elimination, but everybody still gets their 3 games in if they want to. With what would
I'd
that
kind
be?
of do. I'd probably, if I was gonna do bigger events, what I would do now. This is complete tangential to what I was thinking about, but I would probably do multi-weekend events where you run pods.
Exactly.
So 8 people in a pod. It's 3 rounds per pod for each pod. The top 4 go through to winners bracket. The bottom 4 go through to losers bracket, and it exponentially goes from there, kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good format.
Just so that like you can backfill pods and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I need to look at my card real quick. Okay. Okay.
it,
So I am going to do focus, do focus, and then I am going to do
will drop in behind that asteroid.
yep. and I'm done.
But that's not what I thought you were going to do, Sean. I thought you were going to do a one straight and block the shit out of me. So I sat here and struggled for a while. Like, well, how am I going to get out of this?
Well,
Because
that's what I figured you would figure I would do. So it's kind of that 6 dozen to 1.
Don't click
almost.
undo. Don't click undo. Oh,
I was going to say,
I knew you'd do that, you idiot.
what did I do?
Turning out so you didn't get blocked by.
Yeah, so I assumed I was going to get blocked and then
I
get lit up from
know.
behind by the
I'm
whisper.
just sad that I don't get to kill you now.
Oh, poor baby.
I agree.
I am going to take my target lock
Yeah.
and drop that on one Mr. Sheriff.
Yeah. Well,
and kind of dip out for this round.
I'm going to move to here and
Position back.
I think I'm going to
Try to kill me through the rock.
I'm going to try and kill you through a rock, Sean. Yeah, it seems like a plan.
Sounds like fun.
So I'm going to take a lock there, and I'm going to link my lock into a jam. No, I can't. No. Should I take you back to? No, it's fine. Okay. No jamming off Ed's target lock. Big sad.
Oh darn.
Yeah, no shot for Sean. No shot for Ed. Do I actually have a shot? No valid targets.
Oh. No shots. Back to
No
dials.
shots. Back to dials, yeah. So
Ed gets first.
and I get all my force back. Oh yeah.
One cool thing is if you throw the token off the table, it just goes out into space.
Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff you can set up where like there's like a black hole that just eats any excess stuff you want to drop into it.
Yeah.
Oh, mine's. Oh, there it goes. It goes all.
Yeah. It'll actually reappear somewhere else on the table, but I just throw it as far as I can. Just to get it.
I like trying to throw stuff at Ed's cards.
Why? What are you doing?
You can pick his dice up and throw them at it. Look at that, yeah. Physics. Okay, I'm set.
How far I go for the table flip?
Yeah.
No, not really.
So it is.
I'm first.
Ed
correct?
first, but yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, this has been a good few turns. No one's actually died, so like we're all getting our groove on now.
Whoa, no. That's not what I wanted to do. Flip. Is it really? I have to actually go ahead and set it again, even though it's the same maneuver. Okay. Woo! And then I'll take my disarm token.
Yeah. You still have advanced slam, so you can do an action on your action bar, treating it as red.
Yeah, I'm debating which one to pull off on
that. Reload.
Yeah.
You're disarmed already.
Yeah, might as well.
So you get a second disarm token, which still comes away at the end of a round.
Right.
Yep. Then I'll take the stress for that.
Yeah. So you get to flip your charge back.
Yep. Already done.
Yeah, 3 swoop stresses me. Fun and engaging gameplay. If you turn hard on me, Sean, you should get an unanswered shot at me. Put me out of my misery.
Nope.
Oh.
Well, it just got me farther away, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
So if you guys shoot, it's probably going to be ranged.
Yeah. Oh, there's a dice for you hitting at the rock, though.
Yeah.
Oh, a crit.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
And that ends the.
that
that
ends
ends.
10.
I mean, the bad thing about that, or the good thing is, Sean, nobody killed you.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
Wow, I didn't think
nobody.
about it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm
Oh,
still up 1-0.
There's
yeah. So
legitimately no reason not to do that.
yeah. um, so no shot for Ed then.
No.
Um, primary. I could shoot Ed at range 3 with a 2 dice shot instead. Then
Sure. Have you seen me roll evade dice out of curiosity?
one hit.
One?
I believe you get to roll an extra one because you're disarmed. I think that's his ability.
Let me pull it back up. You might be right. I already got my evade. No, his
While you
ability.
defend, if you are disarmed, roll 1 additional defense die.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Roll. Yeah,
Yeah.
I still made my one evade, but that was it. Just one.
Yeah. So what do you think of this as a... Obviously, it's taking a lot from whatever Ace's Eye actually is, but what do you guys
Personally,
think?
myself, like I think, like even though I'm only running one ship, like I could run 3 or 4 easily. Like this is actually going a lot faster than I honestly thought it was going to.
Yeah, I think when you get to have a bunch of... Yeah, you click L to unlock it, Sean, yeah?
Yep. I'm good.
Cool. I'll
Like I
flip
said,
your
this
shield.
is. I'll be honest. Or, yeah, I was just working on that. It's actually easier than for me. It's easier than the other one, Vassal.
Vassal. I agree. I think it's easier. I feel like Vassal is more precise because you don't have the 3-dimensional physics to worry about.
Correct.
I'm first player now, aren't I?
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's
This
a
is
question of
not the time for me to be first player.
So one thing I noticed, Chris, that um, with this is that if you zoom in closer and you look at the shadow, you
Hmm.
can actually see where it's at on the table.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of ways, and obviously, like you can change the game map as well to be like easy to see.
Yep. Yep.
We can play at
oh that's
Jakku,
cool.
yeah, but I find it relatively jarring.
And
I
the
just
death
like the map we had. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Just
the Death Star match just as bad on TTS as it is in real life.
yeah.
It's the Death Star, like actual surface of the Death Star. We have all those hexes
I
across.
know the one you mean. Yeah. Okay,
I
we're
was
all
doing it
set.
for our audience who couldn't see it. Yeah,
Free of my
come here.
stress. I'm not coming
Gimli.
near you. I'm not coming anywhere near any of you. Um, I think so. Can I barrel roll into rotate? I mean, yeah. No guts, no glory. Does my barrel roll fit though? We'll just do it. What's it matter? Oh yeah, one of those fits. Is it? No.
I know they both look red to me.
That yeah, that one does. No. Yeah. Well, let's zoom in.
Appears to have overlapped an obstacle. No, so it doesn't fit. Big sad. It
So
says
now
in
you
the
just
chat.
undo.
So yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren appears to have overlapped a mine or obstacle token. Asteroid number 1. Big sad. Thanks, TTS.
It
That's actually really cool
is.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
I take that over trying to sit there, zoom in all the time, figure it out.
Yep, I agree.
yeah.
And I mean, you guys, I'm playing on a gigantic monitor, and it still doesn't zoom in perfectly on this for sure.
Yeah, I just like being able to change the angle so I can kind of check arcs and stuff for
Hmm.
eyeballing stuff.
Right.
Rather
Right
than,
now, I'm not doing that. I'm just kind of playing with the one, not singular angle. I'm
yeah,
going from this lower left red corner
yeah,
angle, but I do mess with it a little bit.
yeah. But it's good. Like I said, I think I'd be willing to do more of like these fun kind of things.
Are
I
you done,
agree.
Chris? Are you done?
Yeah. Sorry, my action failed, so I'm done. But yeah, I suppose I'll start doing the closing, and just so that no one can hear when Ed kills me this round.
Well, I wish I could, but it doesn't. Damn thing doesn't have a one
Hold,
turn on it.
hold on.
A
Yeah,
one
go ahead.
bank should get me, shouldn't it? I mean,
No. Maybe I might. I might clip you.
yeah.
All right, you're up, Ed.
You're good.
Oh, one
Uh,
straight. Oh yeah.
yep. I was going nice and safe.
Well,
Do
I
you have? Do those have repositioning yet?
so
just
I
a
can advance.
swam.
I can slam, which is genuinely what I'm thinking about doing. See if I can
Yeah.
get in range 3 of you, which I think is exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And now I have to flip this over. Gotta pick my move again. Pick that. That. Flip. Slam. And then I am going to move my target lock over and take my stress token and my disarm. Boom.
All right. So then it's Chris's shot, right?
Versus non-shot, you mean?
Yeah. Okay, so let's see about my mark. I got you at range 3.
That you do. Daisy if you do.
So I will pull out 3 dice. I will
How'd you get
roll
in
the
the
dice.
Oh my god.
I just click roll. That's the roll feature.
Yeah, but it rolled so many times. Like, did you hold it at all or
No, no, no. I just clicked it once and it just
okay.
shot up in there.
Woo! See how mine just like lazily.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
Ed's dead. No, he's
so
not.
remember, you've got a disarm token, so you roll an extra dice.
Oh, thank you. I do appreciate that. Maybe, maybe.
And I'm loving the Doc Holiday quotes.
Oh, I'm glad you picked up on it. I wondered if someone did. Because that's a great movie. All right, so that puts me
It
down to
is my favorite western.
Yeah.
the
So you take some
second.
Remember,
damage.
we're all crits.
Oh yeah, because yes.
So if it's a direct hit, then you're dead.
Direct. So the
All
extra
right.
card from direct is a crit.
Yep.
So I think what we should do next time is actually go through a damage deck and talk about what the damage cards are.
Oh, what is it? I can't see.
Panic,
Panic Pilot.
but whatever, you're
I'm dead.
dead.
I'm dead. I'm dead anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So that's 2 for me, right, guys?
Yeah,
Right?
I was just gonna say. I think you're up 2-0-0, just to make sure we're on the same
Yeah,
page.
it's 2-0-0, and like I'm sitting at 0 and for 0. Ed's 0 for 2, and Sean's
Uh-huh.
2 for 1. But self kills count. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, would I be 3-0 then?
You didn't.
With
You didn't attack
with
yourself, Sean. You've got to have done an attack.
Well, I did roll a red die
You
there.
rolled a red die. You didn't roll an attack. I mean, as I write the rules as we're playing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll call a game designer. I said no.
Right.
All right, so Sean, you're gonna get the ion torpedo before I go.
Okay.
Woo!
So that's a good roll.
And then
Spend the
I'm gonna.
lock.
Yep, I'm gonna spend the lock. Woo! That came up
Oh,
great.
big sad.
3 crits though.
So I just roll 1 die, right?
Yeah,
No, you're right. Yeah, you're.
it's a torpedo.
So
Correct.
two shields.
So 1 shield and an ion token. No
Ion
dial for
token.
you.
Okay. So 1 shield and which
I've
of
got
this?
you. I've got
You
you.
got it.
That one. Yeah.
I was just gonna pick it off the
That's
stack. But
How do I unlock it so I can pull my ship off?
L.
L.
Oh,
Yeah, just hover over an L.
L. Pull off. Uh, flip that. Flip that. Flip that.
Okay. My dial.
Yeah,
Who has
so
first turn?
I'll start doing the closing, I suppose. I'm sure the listeners, since
Yeah.
we don't have like a win condition, there's no like being. Oh, but there's a timer as well. And you can start the timer. It counts down. It's at the side of the table.
Yeah,
Well,
I
So,
can't do an hour and 15,
oh no,
but
I was just
yeah, I
showing.
know.
Yep, yeah.
Yeah, this is
well,
actually
I,
pretty
I was
cool.
just gonna say I actually have we have server work I have to do at work tomorrow, so I
Yeah,
actually have to be at the office at 9.
yeah.
I'm only gonna be there until like noon, but I still need to get there.
We'll do one more turn just while we're closing out the show, and then we'll
Yeah,
call it
sure.
there. So if I can kill both of you in one shot, it'll be a good comeback.
It'll be a tie. Be a tie.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna.
And then yeah.
So
I
Ed,
think
you place yourself, Ed.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. I'm gonna do that now.
I feel like I was a horrible person and forgot to wish Peter a happy birthday on the last episode.
Oh no.
I feel like I got that message and then just did nothing about it. I'm horrible. Let's double check.
Oh,
Hmm.
well,
Yeah, but
I'm like,
you have to butt back to the thing, or can you go front to it?
uh, that's a great question, Chris.
You can kind of like. Oh, what's that? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, you can face either way.
Okay, I was gonna say, I mean, because if the rules state that I have to go the other way, then I will. It just takes me out of contention for
Just
doing it anyway.
because you could potentially have a ship that could force you to fly off the table. It just
Yep.
doesn't seem fun.
Yep. Yeah, and I don't know why you would want to have that rule be so locked in when it's a fun.
Yeah.
I'm as close as I can get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, I'm up.
I guess I should probably pick a dial.
Be a good idea.
From that bad idea.
But yeah, I mean, so do we actually do a closing? But you can follow us on Facebook at Lack of Focus Podcast on Facebook. You can email us at lackoffocuspodcast@gmail.com. You can become one of our awesome patrons and get to like hang out and play games with us, like Ed running Alien for you, or me running D&D and joining all our games. And yeah, that is Lack of Focus Podcast on Patreon. Or if you'd rather do it on a monthly basis, you can do it through Dice 8 on Patreon. And yeah, the big thing I think I'd never push enough is the Discord, because it's super
Which you
chill, laid
should.
back.
It's super awesome.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I think we've got a really nice, tight community in there. There's never any drama. It's just
Ed,
people come
Ed,
in.
Ed, you're up. Real quick. Sorry.
Yeah,
That's okay. Go.
yeah. People come in and like talk about stuff they want to talk about, and then we go from there. You know, there's never any like hassles or anything. I like it a lot. Very thankful.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that's it from me. I'm sure I always miss stuff. I suppose if people are interested, I'll throw the Chris's version of Ace's High Rule somewhere.
Made up as we go.
God damn it,
Yeah.
Edge. Trying to sneak in this pissing
Damn
torpedo
right I
shot at
am.
me. Okay, well. I mean, you don't really give me much choice, do you? If you're going to do that, I can't die right at the end. So it's going to be an evade. Oh, a barrel roll. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Are you gonna be in range or not?
I should have done the evade because I think I'm still in range. But Sean gets to shoot first. I don't think he has a shot.
Yeah, it'll be a long-winded shot if I have it.
Oh, a long bomb from downtown.
Yeah, but it secures the win.
Yep.
I still hold my my championship belt.
Undefeated.
Yep.
You ready, Kris?
Yeah.
Homing missile. Would you like to take that
Homing
damage?
You
Do-
motherfucker.
Do you want to take
I
the damage?
will let you roll a dice. Do you have a green token?
I do not.
Okay, I will add an extra green dice and screw you.
We'll see. I was hoping here. Like, you never know. Woo!
Oh, Jesus Christ. To spend it as well?
What's that?
Spending the
Of
target
course,
lock?
of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Oh,
Oh,
there
of
we
course.
go.
I
That's
haven't got
fine.
I've got 3. You can do this. Oh!
One evade takes 2. Oh man, I'm the only person to not get a kill. And see, I said I should have taken the evade, didn't I? I told you. If I'd taken the evade, I'd have still died.
As soon as you're like, oh, I think I'm still in arc, I'm like, I can't wait to say the words homing missile to him.
That is a good way to end the show.
That was great.
I feel better
I will
now.
let you roll a dice. It's fine.
I feel better now. All right, so that is going to do it for this one. Do hope you enjoyed it. We had a ton of fun on TTS talking to you guys, as always. So until next time, guys, bye. Thank you once again for joining the Lack of Focus X-Wing podcast. Check out Dice Hate Productions for all the latest episodes, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you again next episode.